Yo, welcome to another episode of The Perspective. I am your host, Brooklyn 80s, back with another good episode for you guys today. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If your first time here, like the channel. We are live today. We talk all things women basketball. Today we're going to get a little bit into the matchups. Friday night matchups on Ion. You got Chicago versus Atlanta. Should be a good game. And then you got Dallas versus Vegas. Also should be a good game. Unfortunately, I think Asia might be out. I didn't check. I know she had got a little head injury in her last game, so prayers out to her. Hopefully she's all right. She might be going through the concussion protocol, but still in all, they got a solid team, right? They got a big four. So even with Asia out, and I know they're struggling right now, they still got a good team. So that should be a good game versus Dallas. And obviously Dallas is trying to figure themselves out, right? Dallas is trying to figure out how to put wins together. Obviously Paige is being Paige, dropped 35 in her last outing. Enrique is still like trying to find herself with her new team. We already know what Enrique could do. She's one of the best, if not the best shooting guard in the WNBA, but she's trying to figure out where she fits in this team, and it's looking like maybe she don't, and that's okay because that happens sometimes. Everybody is not a great fit for everybody, so maybe it's time for a trade. We need to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Atlanta right now is looking like, are they contenders or are they pretenders? They in that little limbo. We trying to figure out who they are. You feel me? Paige, what's going on? Donna Cox, what's going on? Welcome. I want to say I apologize to all my supporters. I apologize to everybody who rock with me while I haven't been on. You already know KSAP is my big bro, so I'm going to always support his channel. I was trying to figure out a schedule where I don't go on when KSAP is on or when Bro Claude and Lakeisha's on, because I support their channels. I wanted us to be able to try to find a schedule, but unfortunately it looked like that's not gonna happen. So that's why I just say, you know what, I'm gonna just start going live because there's people who still rock with my page. So I'm gonna just start going live. Unfortunately, we're gonna sometimes coincide. So I was trying to eliminate that because I know a lot of y'all like, we come from a lot, we share the same communities. So a lot of y'all like all of our channels. So I was trying to find a way where we can all coexist together. But I just think it's difficult because of work. Everybody has different schedules. My work schedule only allowed me to go on at a certain time. After that time, I can't go live, right? And then with their schedules, they doing the best they can. They cover the games. They go live after the game sometimes. So our schedule's just going to have to sometimes coincide. So I want to say that's why I was absent this time. Also, why I was absent this time, to add on to that, was I don't like going live during games. I like watching games. So I was trying to figure out a better schedule to do so that I could go live, talk about the games, and then watch the games. Right? So that's why right now I'm live at 6. We're gonna go from 6 to 7:30. I believe the game starts at 7:30. So we're gonna go live from 6 to 7:30. We're gonna talk basketball. We're gonna talk WNBA. There's a lot of things going on. We're gonna talk about it, and I'm gonna try to find that nice balance where I could go live, cover the games, and also watch the games without missing the games. I'm not one of those people who like going live during the games. I like to be able to sit down and relax and watch the games. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was absent this time. I was trying to figure that scheduling out. Unfortunately, like I said, it didn't work out. As far as with KSAP and them is doing, it didn't work out. And then also, I'm still figuring it out. I think I like what I'm doing now. I'm gonna go live before the games. This way I could talk about the games, watch the games, and then the next time I go live, I'll recap what I saw. I think I'm gonna do it like that. I'm still trying to figure that part out, though. I might even go live again tonight after the game just to see which one I like better. Do I like going live after the game and talking about it, or do I like going live before the game? So I'm still trying to figure that out. In fact, What you guys could do is tell me in the comments what you prefer. Do you prefer me to talk about the games before the games, and then, you know, we'll talk about it again later? Or do you prefer me to go live after the game, and then we talk about it after the game? So let me know how you feel about that in the comments section. Obviously in the live chat, y'all could let me know how you feel in the live chat, and we do it like that. But like I said, if it's your first time here, we talk all things women basketball. Please subscribe to the channel, like the channel, holler at me in the comments. I always holler back. You know what I'm saying? Share the videos. I appreciate all the support I get. Unfortunately, I lost a few subscribers. I lost about 5 subscribers in the midst of me, 5 or 6, I think 6 actually. I lost 6 subscribers in the midst of me being absent. So, you know, I'm back now. So hopefully I get those subscribers back and many more. Continue subscribing to the channel and supporting the kid. You know what I'm saying? Paige says, hey, Brooklyn, do you think we have a chance to win tonight? I think every night we got a chance to win. But I think in order for us to win, a certain things got to happen. So I'm not sure we're going to win tonight. We're probably going to lose tonight. I think right now, Tyler Marsh hasn't done what he needs to do for us to win games. And I think he needs to simplify his offense. His offense is too complicated. When I watch his offense, it means well. His offense, Tyler Marsh's offense, it allow everybody on the floor to make decisions, right? He don't have an offense where like Las Vegas got Chelsea Gray, and Chelsea Gray is gonna like make the pass or some, right? Or the ball is in I can't think of the other girl's name on that team. But anyway, Tyler Marsh offense is point guard by committee, where everybody got a chance to make a decision. The problem with that is if you're not 1,000% comfortable, we got rookies on this team that's still trying to figure out who they are as WNBA players, right? And then we got players playing in new roles like Angel Reese is trying to figure out who they are in those positions. And then you putting them in a game at game speed, right? Because you can't practice game speed. Now they in game speed and they trying to make decisions and turning the ball over. I seen Maddie Westbeld come in the other day, and I'm like, why does Tyler Marsh have her playing like that? She was getting the ball and looking for the next pass. No. Maddie Westbeld, when she come in the game, she should only be thinking about 2 things: catch and shoot, catch and drive. That's it. It shouldn't be no decision. She should catch or catch and pass, right? Wherever 3 things. So wherever she's at on the floor, if the ball swings to her, she needs to be saying, can I make this shot? Is this a makeable shot? Am I open? Shoot the ball? Or is this an opportunity, somebody closing out on her? Should I drive it right now? Or is it another pass for me to make the great pass? The pass to the great pass. That's the only thing she should be thinking about. She shouldn't be catching the ball and looking for, the next decision and making the next decision. And I think that's the issue right now with Tyler Marsh's offense. It's too much decision making for people that shouldn't be making decisions. And I think that's also the issue with Helly Van Lith. Helly Van Lith is a good basketball player, but she can't come out and just play basketball because Tyler Marsh got her out there trying to be Courtney Vandersloot. She's not Courtney Vandersloot. Let her be HVL. You get what I'm saying? Let her be Helly Van Lith. So I think to answer your question, Paige, is going to be difficult to get a win until Tyler Marsh figures that part out. His offense is just too complicated. It's not I'm not saying the offense is bad, right? I think his offense would be good if he had like an Olympic team. If he had a bunch of vets that was high IQ, smart, already knew who they were, and had to come out and execute this offense would probably look amazing. But you put this same offense in the hands of people that's not quite comfortable, is not going to look good. And he needs to understand it as a coach. He's a first-year coach, so he's not making the adjustments he need to make. He's making them too slow. Like even putting Rebecca Allen in at the last game. He should have did that like 3-4 games ago. Putting Rebecca Allen in. You finally did it in the game that's the most pressure game she gonna play. Now she got to get comfortable in the starting lineup against New York. Come on now, like you got to make these decisions quicker than that. And then on top of that, your defense sucks. You got the worst defense in the league. So no, I want to say we're going to win tonight. I don't think we are until Tyler Marsh figures those things out. See, our problems is less the players and it's more Jeff Palioka making bad decisions. He's been making bad decisions all off season. And then now it's Jeff as a Tyler as a first year coach that's trying to implement his offense that's not making quick enough adjustments. It's not working. You know what I mean? We got players like Rachel Banham starting at point guard. It's not great for success. You get what I'm saying? So these are things that we need to fix. But I will say this, to be on a positive note, I will say this. The Sky, if they figure those things out, the Sky is not far away from putting together some wins back to back to back to back. Sky's not far away. Ariel Atkins found her footing of being comfortable, being aggressive. So the more she does that, the better off we are. It looked like Angel Reese broke through a mental barrier in the last game against New York. The more Angel Reese relax and just go play ball and trust her work, the better off we are. Rebecca Allen has already been playing well all season, so all Rebecca Allen got to do is continue being Rebecca Allen. That's 3 players right there in the starting lineup, right? Now, we just got to get all Helly Van Lith needs is one good game to build her confidence up. She needs a good game. And if she has that good game, I believe Helly Van Lith will turn her season around, because right now she's looking a little lost out there. And then, Camilla just, I don't know what's up with Camilla, because to me, the mistakes Camilla make is IQ mistakes. Offensively, she's fine. Offensively, Camilla is fine, but it's like certain things she does defensively. It's like, Camilla, you 6'7". Why are you running and jumping? You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing, Camilla? Let them come. Just put your hands up. Let them come to you, Camilla. Like, come on, right? And then offensively, she needs to just start running to the front of the rim and selling her player. Give Helly Van Lith an easy target to just hit you and let you get an easy bucket, get to the line a couple times. We seen, again, same thing what I said about Angel, got through like a mental break against New York. It seems like Camilla against Dallas in that first game, I don't want to say she found something, but it was like the whole team, her, the coaching staff, the players should have said, oh, we'll win more games if we play this way. Just getting Camilla going early. She don't have to. What they did in that Dallas game is Camilla got her. She got a good 12, 14 points, whatever it is. And she was on the bench. And then everybody else was coming down, playing free because they got they big involved. So, again, this team is not far away from putting it together, but they just got to, at this point, you just got to go out and do it. And I also think we need to figure out a way to get either Deja Kelly or Harmony Turner on his team. Deja Kelly, Harmony Turner. Listen, I don't want her, but I wouldn't even be mad because, again, I know it ain't up to me. It's up to these GMs or whatever the case may be, and I know they like they vets. Even if they go grab a Grace Berger, who's a solid vet, I prefer Harmony Turner or Deja Kelly, but even if they go grab a Grace Berger, I'm not mad at it. If they want to go grab a Ari McDonald, I'm not mad at it, because Ari McDonald actually show Helly Van Lith like, yo, you could play like this, because I think Helly Van Lith game is more Ari McDonald than it is Courtney Vandersloot's anyway. So she could really watch Ari and learn better. So even if they want to go grab an Ari who was just cut, they can do that. Or they can make a trade, I know a lot of y'all is down on Enrique, but I really feel like a Chicago-Dallas trade to help both teams. I feel like Enrique on this team, especially with Tyler Marsh's offense, playing point guard by committee, which means he'll be taking the point guard responsibilities out of Enrique's hands and just allow her to be a player. And I think she'll fit his offense really good, because she won't be a prototypical point guard in this offense. She'll just be bringing the ball up sometimes the same way Angel does. Angel's not a point guard, but Angel brings the ball up, and then what they do, they hand it off. Remember how Courtney Vandersloot was getting a lot of her threes? Angel would just, dish the pass after. She'll bring it up. Courtney's open. She'll shoot the three. Imagine if that's Enrique. You get what I'm saying? So some things to think about. Reddit Milky Way say, hey, Brooklyn in chat. What's good, Reddit? Paige says, I like when you go live before and after. Okay, you putting a lot of pressure on me, girl. I got a job, girl. I need some sleep. All right, I'm gonna try to. I don't know if I could do both, but I'm gonna try to pick one, Paige. Which one do you prefer? And I'll try to do that. I think going early, everybody can't go because what happened is a lot of the West Coast people, a lot of Midwest people are still working. So a lot of them prefer me to go later, but you got to realize, like, I got to be up early in the morning. So we'll figure it out. But just let me know if you prefer me to go live before the game or after. I don't know if I could do both. I'll try. Maybe that's something I'll implement. Maybe that's something I can do, and I don't know I could do it. So I'll think about that. But right now, I'm just trying to do one or the other. You know what I'm saying? Let me take this picture down and get back to these comments. Jacob Pone says, yo, Brooklyn. Jacob Pone, what's up? Big Girl says, hey, Paige, Reddit. Donna and Jacob Pone. Philip Burrian says the Sky needs a Cheryl Swoops, a former player who knows how to win championship games. I got that in my notes, Philip. I got that in my notes as one of Tyler Marsh replacement. You got Cheryl Swoops. I wouldn't mind. Right? You got Lisa Leslie. I wouldn't mind. Right? You have Bill Lambert. I wouldn't mind. Right? These are all options that coach that knows how to win. And think about it like this. I know y'all hate the comparisons, but the comparisons is there, whether you hate it or not. They went and got. Everybody want to keep talking about the Fever and Sky matchup. Oh, the Fever! Look how much the Fever's beating the Sky. But the Fever went out and put veterans around Caitlin, good veterans. But they also put a veteran coach around Caitlin. Right? So far in Angel's 2 years, she's had 2 rookie coach back to back. So even her coaches is trying to figure it out. So think about that. So maybe she need a veteran coach. Maybe she needs somebody that's a veteran coach, even though Lisa Leslie will be another rookie coach. Same thing with Cheryl Swoops, I think. So Bill Lambert might be the answer here. And then the same thing with GM. I got 2 names for GM. Y'all tell me what y'all think it is. I'm thinking maybe, I don't know if you can own the team and be a GM, but I'm thinking maybe D Wade needs to be the GM for the team. Right? And then the same thing with this next name. I don't know if you could work for Adidas and be a GM of the team, but I'm thinking maybe Candace Parker need to be the GM. It's even, they both from Chicago. They both want to see this team be successful. D Wade, tell me what you think about this in the comments, man. You watch us back in the comments. For coach, I got Cheryl Swoops. For coach, I got Bill Lambert. And for coach, I got Lisa Leslie. Right? And the GM I have is D Wade or Candace Parker. I'm still new to the NBA. There might be some other names out there that you guys know. They're like, oh, 80s, this person to be fired for coach or this person be fired for GM. Definitely drop those names in the comment section when you watch this back. But those are people who I think like is better than what we have now, because Jeff Palioka, I don't want to kill him. He's made some good decisions, but he also just not bringing back Kennedy Carter's like, I don't know. That's a career. That's a fireable offense. He made some fireable offenses. You get what I'm saying? So that's my opinion on that. Paige says, I agree, Brooklyn. They need another ball handler. That's a fact. They need another ball handler, but they need a ball handler that could put the ball in the hole. Like they need aggressive ball handler. Pause. Big Girl says, I don't think Enrique will be a good fit for the Sky. She's too streaky of a shooter. Plus, she's ball dominant and make good decisions. Listen, I'm not gonna disagree with you, big girl. All I'm gonna say is sometimes we focus too much on the negative side of a player, not the positive. I know when people used to talk about one of my favorite players, Allen Iverson, they used to like to talk about how inefficient he is, and whatever, all the things they decided to mention about him. But at the end of the day, that boy still brought a team to the finals. You get what I'm saying? So it's like people talk bad about Kyrie, but it's funny because once he got to the Mavericks, him and Luka play well together. Now that Luka's gone, him and AD, Anthony Davis, look like they're gonna be a tandem. So people do that all the time. People just said that the boy Halliburton, a bunch of NBA players said that he was overrated, but he in the finals and he 2 games away from a championship. So I don't know. It's like people like to kick people when they down. It's almost like right now you could say that Angel is not a scorer because she's been struggling all season, but we know Angel is just struggling. We know she can score. So my point is about Arike. She might be streaky at times, and maybe she don't make the best decisions at times, but sometimes you put them in a right role on a right team where they come. Look at her in the All-Star game. Remember, she came out struggling in the All-Star game, and Cheryl Miller said, Arike, don't worry about nobody else. Just go out there and be you. And we won the All-Star game because we followed Arike's lead instead of asking Arike to follow. You get what I'm saying? So on this team, Arike will be the leader because I think Ariel Atkins already showed us that she's a good player, but she prefers to be a number 2 player. Like, she don't prefer to be the alpha. So we put an alpha on this team. You put Arike in the you put Ariel Atkins in her natural position just to come out and ball. She don't have to come out and be the most aggressive person. Let Arike be that aggressive person, right? That helps. That actually helps Angel out. You want to know why? You said she's streaky, big girl, right? What that means she gonna do? She gonna miss some shots. Guess who the best person to have on your team if you got people missing shots? Angel Reese. So Angel and Arike might be a perfect tandem because when she's not streaky and she knocking that shot down, we're golden. But if she is streaky, you got Angel Reese right there that got her back. Get what I'm saying? So she might be a perfect fit for Angel Reese. ADP says, hey, bro, what's good, ADP? Oh, shout out to, let me say this while I'm live on air right now. Shout out to Christopher. Christopher's not in here right now, but I saw yesterday Christopher joined the channel. Christopher's a member of the channel. Shout out to Big Girl, member of the channel. Shout out to Hines. Is it Brian Allen Hines? I believe his name is. Members of the channel. Shout out to these guys. And I believe my brother CJ. I think CJ is a member of the channel as well. Shout out to you guys. Philip Arian says the reason why I would take Cheryl Swoops is because she won in college and in the WNBA. And remember, on Angel's podcast, she asked Cheryl, would she like to coach one day? Cheryl said yes. That's a fact, and that's why I also agree with that. So I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad at Cheryl, but like I said, I wouldn't be mad at Lisa either, and I wouldn't be mad at Bill Lambert because Bill Lambert won championships. He knows what it takes to win in the WNBA, right? He's won in the NBA and WNBA, so I definitely said Lisa. I like that Swing Cash. I don't know if Swing Cash would do it because she got a good gig over there with the Pelicans, but I like Swing Cash's name. I don't know if I agree with that, Desha, because respectfully, I don't know your basketball knowledge. All of our basketball knowledge is different, but sometimes you need somebody like, was Kobe a basketball hog because he took most of the Lakers shots when they needed a bucket, right? Would you call AI a basketball hog? Would you call Carmelo a hog? I don't agree with that. If you're an aggressive scorer and listen, everybody brings something to this game. Everybody can't rebound like Angel Reese. Everybody can't score like Arike. You get what I'm saying? Everybody can't defend like a Dejanay, but everybody can dribble like an Arike. So it was almost like you asking Arike to be somebody else. If you like the Courtney Vandersloot, the Sue Bird play style, that's great, but Arike ain't that. That don't make her a ball hog. That just means her skill set is killer. I don't know if y'all familiar with that. Some players are just killers. You put them in the game and they just gonna go out there and kill. That's Enrique. So I don't know if she's a ball hog. I don't think you should change a person like that's game. You just need to put them in the right system. They need to be in the right system to flourish. If they're in the wrong system, they look bad. They look how she look right now, 2 or 10, coming out looking nasty. You put her in the right system, free flowing, where she's comfortable and she able just to be her, be creative, create shots, not worry about misses. Got players like Angel that'll clean up her misses. I don't know. So I don't necessarily agree with that, Deshaun, but I get where you're coming from, and I don't agree with it because I understand why certain players need to play like that. Doesn't necessarily always make you a ball hog. Lisa Leslie would be great for Angel's development. I agree with that. Big Girl says, has Enrique taken a team to the finals? I mean, a lot of players ain't taking a team to the finals. With that, I don't understand what that means. I mean, I could name about 10 players right now who ain't take a team to the finals, but that don't mean you don't want them on your team where they not good players. You get what I'm saying? So I don't really, again, I don't understand y'all like that's a basketball IQ question. Again, I don't really understand what the question got to do with the player. Like just because you don't go to the finals don't make you a bad player and vice versa. Just because you go to the finals doesn't mean you're a great player. You get what I'm saying? So I don't really understand that. Philip Burman, I remember after the Sky beat the Fever last year, Cheryl Swoops was at the game hugging up on Angel, and in the locker room, Cheryl was telling the team just stay the course. That's a fact. I get it. A lot of y'all don't like Enrique. No Enrique. I get it. But that's just one name. It don't have to be Enrique. That's just somebody who I feel like is available, and I feel like she's a better scorer than anybody we got. So I don't know. I don't understand that. It's terrible comparison, but I'm gonna use it anyway. It's almost like you don't have a home, you don't have a house, somebody offering you a room, and you like, nah, I'm good. I stay outside. All right, stay outside then. Bread and Milky Way said, yes, let's trade Angel for Enrique. I don't know about that. I would keep Angel. Angel wouldn't be the player I'll trade. Y'all want Enrique, a.k.a. J.R. Smith. I believe J.R. Smith got a championship, right? So, yeah, I wouldn't mind that. But I wouldn't say Enrique is J.R. Smith. To me, Enrique is more Kyrie Irving. That's my comparison. When I watch her play, she looked more like Kyrie to me than J.R. Smith. And Kyrie also has a championship. You're making sense, Brooklyn, but I'm still not sure. That's fine. Again, I'm not sitting here saying I'm a Enrique. Listen, I like Enrique, but I don't know if it's a player I dislike. I like most WNBA players. I understand though. Obviously, I came from the NBA first, so I understand play styles. I understand listen, you say what you want about James Harden. A few years ago when he was on the Rockets, he made the Rockets relevant. Now, was it things that they should have did for him to win a championship? Absolutely. It was things James Harden should have changed about his game and things. Maybe that's a good comparison, Enrique and James Harden, right? Because James Harden was a hell of a player, but his play style didn't allow him to win. And it was certain, but that doesn't mean that James Harden isn't a player that you could build around. That doesn't mean that when James Harden was in his prime, you'd be like, oh, nah, I don't want James. It just means that James needed the right coach because what they was doing in Houston wasn't really conducive to winning the championship. It was great for winning a lot of games, but you're not going to win no championship that way. Kobe Bryant told him. You get what I'm saying? So, Paige can trade Enrique. Paige, they can trade Enrique for Angel and Miller. Nah, that's terrible, Reddit. I wouldn't do that. I think they are going to trade Enrique and McCowan though, but I think it's going to be for Miller and probably Kia Nurse or somebody like that, but not Angel. That's a terrible trade. Chicago Trader says Ariel Atkins is a true vet. Yeah, yo, shout out that you just reminded me. Chicago. I know this is gonna sound crazy because I think that trade was terrible. But some things is bigger than basketball. I'm with Ariel you just did the other day for Angel. I'm happy that made that trade now. I'm happy Ariel Atkins, because peace of mind. Everybody know if you go to a job you hate every day, it's not easy. So peace of mind is super important. And the fact that Ariel Atkins did that for Angel makes me like Ariel Atkins on this team, which means I co-sign that trade now. For basketball reasons, I don't like that trade, but because Ariel Atkins is the type of vet that Angel wants and that she needs, I co-sign that trade off of that. So shout out to Ariel Atkins. Cardoso or Angel have to be traded. That's not necessarily true, but I do think it will happen. I do think they could play together. But again, that's coaching. That's coaching. So I don't think they have to be traded, but I do think one of them will get traded. I think it's gonna be Camilla, but if it's not Camilla, it's gonna be Angel. I do think it's one or the other. I don't think it's gonna be both. I do think it's gonna be one or the other, and I think it's probably gonna be Camilla. So Independent Media Strange, shout out Independent Media Strange. You sound like you knew. Hopefully you subscribe to the channel. I'm laughing because you saying that nobody said that during free agency. Everybody was like, oh hell no, not Kelsey Plum. And now Kelsey Plum out there balling in LA. Maybe some people regretting they felt that way. You know what I'm saying? Big Girl says that question was based off your earlier statement that you made about Enrique. I don't like. What did I say earlier? I'm still a little lost on that. Brian Phillips says, I'll say this is Cheryl. I say this. Okay, you really like Cheryl. Every time you comment is about Cheryl. You really like Cheryl. Shout out to Philip Burian. He's advocating for Cheryl Swoops. He says, I'll say this: if Cheryl was the Sky's, I guess he's saying coach right now, she wouldn't only demand the respect, but she would turn Angel back into the LSU player who won the NCAA championship. Cheryl could do that. I think, you know, it's funny though, Brian, Philip, I think she already that player. I just think she's playing out of position. So I think because she's out of position, she's trying to figure it out. But I do think if they make a trade, they need to slide Angel to the 5, because Angel was the 5 in college, and as you can see the way she playing in the pros, she like to play more like a 5 than a 4. So I think she need to be just play the 5 100% of the time and bring in like a stretch 4, like a Maddie Westbell, like we already got on our team, or play at the 4 and bring in a stretch 5, like a Big Mama Steph in Washington, somebody like that. Let them stretch the floor and just let Angel be Angel in the paint. But as Angel saw the other day against the Liberty, she's a lot better when she shoots the ball. So I like Angel as a shooter and trusting herself and developing her 4 skills. But it seemed like she much rather prefer to play the 5. So just play at the 5. But I do like her when she let that ball fly and she just trusts herself. Trust it. What you say, Angel? You trusted the work and the work showed. Trust the work and the work show, Angel. Let that ball fly. BD Sports says, I call her J.R. Smith because Enrique is erratic. She can shoot you into a game, but also shoot you out of a game. That's a fact, but that's every, step on the, and I'm not saying this about you, BD. I'm just saying this in general. You ever play ball outside, you can have that critique on the player all day. Step in front of them. No, you can't do nothing about it. They gonna kill you. So you need those type of players on your team. You need them on your team. But what that is, though, what you're saying right now, BD, is coaching, right? We seen J.R. Smith playing with LeBron and without LeBron. We seen J.R. Smith playing with Melo and without Melo. So it's like we've seen, in other words, we've seen J.R. Smith as a 6th man of the year. And then we seen J.R. Smith as a meme when LeBron looked at him like, yo, what are you doing? So talent is talent. We sit back here in our chairs and we start talking about this talent like, but you step on the floor with that talent and you start to see like these players we critiquing, they pretty damn good. Even the J.R. Smiths of the world, even the Enrique's of the world, even whoever you want to name, these players is pretty damn good. So just be careful before you write them off like they good for nothing. Because that's what we do. We start talking about players like they garbage. Oh, Enrique, she's streaky. So You only saying that because you seen her lose a game, but you didn't say that when she won the game. I mean, playing the same way when she won the game, you was happy. If you was watching that All-Star game last year, and you was rooting for the All-Stars, a lot of y'all are Angel Reese fans, so I know y'all was rooting for the All-Stars. Ain't none of y'all walk away from that game critiquing or bashing Enrique. So stop it. Stop it. The girl could play. Does she got flaws? Yes. Every single player in the game got flaws, though. Every player, we could sit back and critique every single player in the game. They all got flaws. Doesn't mean that they don't add something to bring something to the table, though. BD Sports says trade Miller and Nurse to the Sparks for Ricky. That's never gonna happen. We talking about fantasy shit now. The shot says Cardoso. That's never gonna happen either. As much as y'all don't believe Enrique is that good, she's gonna require much more than a Cardoso in a trade. They're not gonna take that trade. Big girl, and I hope I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure that's not gonna happen, but I could, I don't know everything. I could be wrong. Big girl says two of my favorite guards are Enrique and Kennedy, but I think Kennedy is more efficient when scoring. I love both of those guards as well, but I'm saying like we can critique both of those guards. One thing I could say about Kennedy that she needs to work on, and I'm saying this as a Kennedy fan because I love Kennedy. Kennedy, she needs to work on her outside shooting, but she also, attitude-wise, need to work on not getting so emotional in the game. Kennedy takes herself out of the game when she gets too mad. I don't see that from Enrique. I've seen Enrique have bad games and still encourage her teammates. And we go, you know what I mean? So that's my point. Like, we could sit, if you want your point to be right, and I'm not talking about anybody in particular, I'm just saying in general, as human beings, we do this. If you want your point to be right, you could find 100 things that you could go show somebody and back it up. But at the end of the day, it's a full story. It's two sides to every story. It's pros and cons. You got players with skills and you got players with weaknesses. Every single player has them. So I could sit back and talk about Kennedy weaknesses the same way y'all talking about Enrique weaknesses. Or I could tell you why Kennedy should still be in the WNBA, just like Enrique's in the WNBA. You get what I'm saying? Like, I hear what y'all saying about Enrique. Y'all don't love her. I like her. We don't feel the same about her. I get it. But I will say she's better, again, respectfully, she's better than any option we have right now. Donna Cox, and let me say this, because we doing a lot of Enrique talk, and that's my fault because I brought the name up. I think I brought the name up. How about this? Since no Enrique, and I think a lot of people has a consensus that they would prefer it wouldn't be Enrique. And I like to talk in realistic. Let's not do fantasy trades on what we would like. Let's talk about who we think is available, right? I'm talking about Enrique because I look at that Dallas team and I'm like, I think they're going to make a move soon. Enrique might be available. That could help us out. That's why I'm saying Enrique. Who in the league right now that you think might be available soon because they just not fitting where they playing at, that could help us out? Throw some names at me. And don't just throw any name. Like, don't just throw any role player. Throw a difference maker. Somebody, you know we need a point guard. That's why I said earlier for the people, I don't know if everybody was in here, if there's a player that, because we'll have to cut somebody. I think we had 10 roster spots, so we can't just pick somebody up right now without cutting somebody. But if we sign somebody, you got Ari McDonald, right? That just got cut from Indiana. You have we could pick up the rookies that didn't get drafted. So you have Deja Kelly and Harmony Turner, right? There was another one. Oh, Grace Berger. You got Grace Berger out there. She's a veteran. Regardless of how good you think she is, she's a vet. And then you have Enrique, who I think is going to get traded soon, or might. Maybe she don't. But maybe she does. Those are the names I'm mentioning. What's some names out there that you think might be available? That's on another team that we could trade for, maybe Camilla for X, this person who may worn out, or maybe he's not fitting on the team. Maybe the team is going to trade him soon. who's somebody that we can make a trade for if we trade somebody like a Camilla. Let's say Camilla's on the block. Who would be that person? Since it's not Enrique, let's move on to Enrique. Donna Cox says Enrique will work for the Sky with a coach that gives her a game plan for team play and not just free ball. But that's what I just said, Donna Cox. I don't know if y'all been watching the way Tyler Marsh coaches, right? But let's go back to when Courtney Vandersloot was healthy. He was not playing Courtney Vandersloot right. And that's why she was struggling. He was trying to turn Courtney Vandersloot into a scorer. What happened was it was times where Angel would bring the ball up court, right? And then whatever play they ran, off ball, Courtney Vandersloot would be open, and Angel would just dish her the ball, and she would pull up for three and miss because that's not her game. Her game isn't a volume 3-point shooter. She's not a volume 3-point shooter. That's not who she is, right? But that's how Tyler Marsh. So you replace a Courtney with Enrique now, because I agree with you, Donna. If this was like a Vegas, like I said earlier, if this was a Vegas offense where you have a Chelsea Gray and the ball is in Chelsea Gray's hands most of the time and she's gonna make decisions, I wouldn't want Enrique for that. I wouldn't want Enrique to make those decisions. But in the offense that Tyler Marsh run, which is a hand the ball off, point guard by committee, everybody got a chance to dribble and make decisions. I think it's a perfect offense for a guard like Enrique. Because it takes the point guard decision making as a point guard out her hands, and it's a decision making more of a be aggressive. Like, do I make the pass? Do I drive? Do I make the shot? It allows her just to be a player. It takes the point guard decision making out of it and turns her into a player. Now, do I shoot it here? Do I drive it here? Am I making the pass? She's not out there trying to set the play up. That's what Tyler Marsh offense is. If y'all been watching, pay attention. If not, y'all gonna see it tonight. Somebody's gonna bring the ball up, right? They're gonna hand it off. That person is gonna move, right? That's how they playing. They playing ball movement, body movement. So Enrique fits in this offense. I'm not just making this shit up just to say it. Like I'm, but if again, so if y'all feel like somebody else is better than Enrique that's available, I think she the best person available. Me personally, y'all know how I feel about Kai Copper. I would love for one to see, but I don't think she's available. If y'all feel like somebody else is available, let me know. Nashad says so. Cardoso comes off the bench. I don't understand what you're saying. I'm saying Cardoso is going to get traded, and I think she will start where she get traded at. Independent Media Strange says Angel needs to play with perimeter scorers and they will win. Yes and no. I mean, she definitely need outside shooting, but it's more than that. She needs scorers. She need professional scorers on her team. She need a professional scorer, not just a shooter. Philip Berrien says, I'm gonna say this: the Sky will continue losing. The Sky will continue the losing streak. I guess he said the losing streak, and if not now, but after the All-Star break, Tyler will be gone. Mark my words, and I hope I'm not wrong. I mean, I think we all think Tyler's on the hot seat. So Tyler's on the hot seat. Jeff is on the hot seat, and somebody's right now. Anything can happen. All of these players, outside of Angel and Camilla, maybe. Right, if one of them goes, if it's gonna, I feel like it's gonna be Camilla again. I don't know. We'll see. I could be 100% wrong. I feel like if it's out of those two, it's gonna be Camilla. But the two most protected players is Angel and Camilla, right? And then as far as the coaching staff goes, and the GM, everybody's on the hot seat. Let me not even say Angel and Camilla. Let me say the whole team. Everybody's on the hot seat. Even Angel and Camilla. Everybody on the hot seat right now. BD Sports says a rookie definitely not garbage, just a rider. Yeah, of course. Like I said, every player you could BD if you sit down and you have a little bit of basketball IQ. And I heard you speak a few times, so I think you do. You could put that word erratic, right? Not and I'm not saying erratic, but I'm saying just what your critique. You could critique every single play in the W. So we're not gonna just act like Enrique has baggage and everybody else doesn't. You could do that with every single player, even the Fees and the Wilsons of the world. Every single player has a flaw. And we can sit here and critique every single one of them if we want. So at the end of the day, once you understand that no player is perfect, right? No player is perfect. So once you understand that, you got to start thinking of ways of, well, how can this imperfect player help my team? And then now we talking. Now we're going to start talking, because Angel ain't perfect either. Right? Neither is Caitlyn. For all the Caitlyn fans out there, Caitlyn ain't a perfect player. Sabrina Ionescu ain't a perfect player. But I'm gonna use this as an example, and we're gonna move on. I could compare Sabrina Ionescu to Arike, and I could say the same thing I just said Arike needs, Sabrina got. Because if you pay attention to Sabrina, when she first started the season, she was missing her shots. She was shooting streaky. And she was telling, and Natasha Cloud was playing well. And you know how they play sometimes that the players talk. He was telling Natasha, yo, if you set me up early, I could get my shot off. That's all players working together to make things easy and trying to figure out how to get into a rhythm. Because Sabrina wasn't in a rhythm early in the season. She's in a rhythm now. And as y'all can see, she got it, everything is flowing. But my point is, if Sabrina was still struggling today, we'd be talking cash shit about her. You get what I'm saying? So it happens. What I'm saying is Arike needs to be in the system where she's comfortable, where she could play, and she'll be fine. Paige says, what if they trade Camilla to Washington for Stephanie Dawson and their first round pick so we can maybe draft the living? See, Paige, I love you. And I love the Camilla for Stephanie. I think that's a great trade. But you keep adding these picks. I don't know why you think Camilla is going to demand a pick. I can't, because you got to realize how good this draft is. This 2026 draft, you're going to get a lot of impactful players. And I doubt, I hope I'm wrong. But I doubt anybody's giving a pick for Camilla Cardoso. And don't get it twisted. Put it to you like this. I'm saying that because Camilla haven't reached her potential yet. I'm a Camilla fan. I believe Camilla could be a great top 5 center in this league, but she's not there yet. So if Camilla was a top 5 player in this league, who I think she can be, then I'll be with you. She will demand a pick. But Camilla isn't playing right now. Camilla is playing like she may not ever reach her potential, because that could happen. Same thing I said about every player got flaws. Every player got a ceiling, and not every player reached their ceiling. Some players stay on their floor, stay to the floor of their game. Some players progress a little bit, they just become great role players. Some players reach their ceiling, they become all-stars or MVPs or whatever the case may be. We got to see who Camilla is. Right now, she's not the Mandela lottery pick player. She's not that. Even though she was a lottery pick, she was a lottery pick based on who we think she could be, and she ain't developing to that. So because she ain't developing to that, I think a GM would be kind of slow to give up a lottery pick for her. Because now you're talking about what you just said, Paige. You're talking about giving up the rights to draft an Olivia, a AZ, a Lauren Betts, a Flage. I don't think they're going to do that for Camilla. But if they do, great. But Stephanie Dawson, I like that. I do think Stephanie Dawson a fit next to Angel. BD says McDonald, they would have to cut somebody. Right now, they can't just pick up, but McDonald would be a good option for us. And here's a funny thing about that. Let me also toot my own horn for the people who watched me before, who knows I've said this when we was talking about the draft. I was saying I don't think we need to go get a Maddie Westbell, or everybody was saying that we need a backup four for Angel. And I was saying, I don't know, we need a backup four for Angel because they're going to play Rebecca Allen there sometimes. They're going to play Michaela Onyenwere there sometimes. They don't necessarily need a backup four. I said, I think they need another guard. And now here we are today, especially with a Courtney Vandersloot getting hurt. You could kind of see how important having that guard that I think we should have drafted, like a Harm Turner or somebody like that, would have been right now, right? I think a backcourt of HVL and a Harmony Turner, a young backcourt like that would be deadly because they'll be able to learn and grow together. There won't be too much pressure on either one of them to be the point guard. They'll just be able to come out and share the ball and play their game. So I kind of told people this when everybody was like, no, we need to get this player for Angel. We need to get that player to back up Angel. We don't look at him. We got Maddie. He don't even play her. He don't even play Maddie Westbell. You know what I'm saying? Independent media strange says Lloyd and Nah. See, this is another. That's what I'm talking about, bro. This is another fantasy drive because put yourself in Vegas' shoes. Why would they trade the rookie that they just drafted who's playing well for them? Why would they trade Lloyd, who had the opportunity to come here and decided not to? Trade just don't make sense, bro. Like, if you're gonna talk, I'm down with entertaining anybody trade out there, but think about it before you say it. Don't force it. If you don't got one, say I don't got one. That's okay too. Hey, ain't no trades out there right now. We just got what we got, and we got to deal with it. Say that. I'd rather you say that to me than come up with the fantasy trades that why would Vegas do this? If you're gonna make a trade, you gotta become a GM, right? If you're gonna make a trade, you gotta become a GM, and then you gotta GM both teams. Because you gotta realize when you make a trade, this is how this thing go. Put yourself outside and you making deals with people or whatever. You selling, so you got a car you want to sell. Everybody want to come up. Both sides gotta feel happy with what we just did. Both sides gotta feel like I got what I wanted. So I can see why you would say do that for Chicago. But why would Vegas do that? Makes no sense. All right, BD Sports says, Brooklyn, I respect that. You actually talk X's. I talk basketball, bro. I talk basketball, but I also know, hey, I don't know everything. I could be wrong. This is just my opinion, right? Same way these is y'all opinions. But I tell you like this, when I give my opinion gonna have some thought behind it. I'm not just shooting like off the cuff. I'm gonna think about what I'm saying before I say it and try to make some sense out of what I'm saying. That's again going back to Enrique. I'm not saying Enrique is not all of the things y'all mentioned. She is, but she adds value to the game. So now when I think about the Sky, I'm like, well, what can she add? And then when I look at the offense Tyler Marsh is running, I'm like, well, she fits in that offense because again, if Tyler Marsh was running a point guard dominant offense where the point guard, like with Courtney Vandersloot, if he was running an offense where Courtney Vandersloot had the ball and she was the whole offense and she was like making decisions, I wouldn't say add Enrique to that. I would probably still say bring Enrique, sure. Probably not because we got Ariel Atkins now and I don't think both of them fit. You know, one of them, I don't think neither one of them could play the three. So I probably wouldn't say that just because of that. But I would have, if I did want her, I would have her come play the two. But with the, and I still don't mind her playing the two, let's be clear. But I'm just saying with the offense Tyler Marsh runs, she'll fit. She fits this team. But again, it don't have to be her. It could be anybody. Just make it realistic. If y'all gonna bring up an idea, make it realistic. Don't just make some shit up that the Sky would love. This ain't 2K. You get what I'm saying? This ain't 2K. And even on 2K, if you play 2K, you can't do that. If you got the slide, if you got the difficulty up, oh nah, the computer is gonna kill you in a trade. Phillips says, I still believe the Sky season can still be saved, but here is the thing. When the coach loses the locker room, Tyler it's a bad sign, which was why Teresa Weatherspoon was showing his door. I don't think he lost the locker room. What makes you think he lost the locker room? Losing games and losing the locker room, two different things. In fact, I think Angel and Ariel Atkins just said it the other day. They said, yo, ain't nobody in here pointing fingers at nobody. So I don't really know. Cite your source, bro. We not, again, what I just said to BD, we not up here just saying anything off the fly. If that happened, show me the proof. Like, yo, listen, this video came out or this article came out, he doesn't have the locker room. I haven't seen that yet. What I've seen is bad coaching. I've seen that. He's bad coaching, not making adjustments, too slow, not focusing on defense, focusing too much on offense. I've seen that. I haven't seen the loss of the locker room yet. His players still rock with him. So I don't know about that. Same thing with Teresa Weatherspoon. I don't think Teresa Weatherspoon lost the locker room per se. I think her vets turned on her at the end, because if you pay attention, again, you know I'm a truth teller. I'm not gonna let people say anything. If you pay attention, Teresa Weatherspoon started out the season playing the vets. The vets played like trash. I love her to death. Diamond Shields lost her job. Teaspoon didn't just take her out. She was playing bad. She lost her job. Isabel Harrison didn't play well. She was coming back off injury. Look at her in New York. She don't get off the bench. Okay. Dana Evans was throwing the ball to the backboard to a 6-7 target. Wasn't scoring, wasn't playing well. We was losing leads. The bench came in and helped us come back. If y'all remember this, see, a lot of y'all, I don't think y'all watch, so y'all really don't know. Y'all probably just talking about stuff y'all don't know. I watch. I had league pass last year. I got league pack this year. And if you was on, I don't know if how many of y'all was on in the beginning when I first started talking, but I said I don't like going live during the games. I like watching the games. I watch and I pay attention. The same way I'm sitting here talking to y'all analytically, I watch the game like that. I don't watch the game like a fan. I played basketball my whole life growing up. I watched basketball my whole life. I play 2K. Basketball is a love of mine. So when I watch basketball, I'm out there watching how they moving. Why is he cutting over there? Why are they playing this deep? I'm watching everything. You get what I'm saying? So I paid attention last year, and I'm paying attention this year. All the vets lost their job because it's almost like this year. Think about it. They went and got all new vets, and the vets is playing terrible. But people only care about pointing out when Angel Reese played bad. But the other day, Ariel Atkins had 4 points. Ain't nobody say a word. But they was like, guess who they did mention? They said Angel Reese had 4 points. They did mention that. You get what I'm saying? So I don't think Teresa Weatherspoon necessarily lost their locker room. I think what happened was at the end, the vets just turned on her. Some of them, because some of them didn't turn on her. Shout out to Diamond and Shields. Diamond and Shields wasn't a part of that. It was only a couple people who threw Weatherspoon under the bus. Everybody didn't throw Weatherspoon under the bus. Some of the vets held it down. The Rachel Bannums, the Mariah Jefferson. Some of them held it down, but some of them threw her under the bus. It is what it is. Chicago Cheetah says, I love the trade ideas. Phillips says, Angel needs to do what Magic Johnson did. And I heard him telling the story of when he told Jim Buss to get rid of Paul Westphal as the coach. And that was when Pat Riley came to the scene. Listen, unfortunately, this organization doesn't listen to Angel, because if they did, Teresa Weatherspoon would still be there. So I don't know if she goes to the Jeff is running. This is all on Jeff. Jeff is running this ship. This is on Jeff. So let's keep all our blame for Jeff. Jeff needs to be fired as soon as possible. I don't even know why he still has a job. Steady Serving Sports. What's up, my brother? Says, hey, brother. What's going on, my G? Paige says, you making sense, Brooklyn. I think highly of Camilla. I think highly of her too. The difference is, so here's what we agree, Paige. We both think highly of Camilla. The difference is, I'm saying she hasn't reached her potential yet. You're saying that she's already gonna demand this haul back. I'm saying she will demand it when she starts tapping into that potential. She ain't reach it yet. So we both agree that Camilla is really good and should really tap into this potential that's going to make her a top 5 center eventually in this league. But let's switch gears and go to the NBA. Zion, I got high hopes for Zion Williamson, but I can't want it more than you. Zion Williamson should be the best player in the league right now in the NBA, but he's not. He got that type of potential, but he's not. So I can't sit here and say Zion Williamson is going to command all this on the trade market. He's not, because he didn't tap into what he needs to tap into yet. Right? So I'm just using that as an example. Some players have all-star, superstar ability, but they got to tap into it before we can start talking about what they're going to demand on the trade market. You get what I'm saying? So I agree with you 1,000%, Paige. I think highly of Camilla too. But she needs to go out there and show people on the court what she did against Dallas. That first game, if she played like that every single night, she demands picks. But she don't play like that every night. So we can't expect that other teams is going to award her. Now, and we catch somebody sleeping and they feel like, hey, listen, we could turn Camilla into the, then yeah, but I doubt it. You know what I'm saying? Philip says Dawn Stelly said that when she had Cardoso in South Carolina, she pushed her, and look what happened. She was the reason why they she beat Iowa for the NCAA championship. I mean, that's a fact. That's a fact. But again, at the end of the day, it's only but so much of a pushing a player you can do. That player has a tap in. She got to tap in. She gotta, somebody said it best. I forgot who I was watching. I was watching somebody's YouTube channel, so shout out to them. I wish I remembered their name, because I like to give credit when I'm gonna say something that I heard somebody else say, but I agree with this 1,000%. Camilla can't be the same happy go. I know exactly who it was. I think it was Ghost. His name is Ghost of something. I forgot how to say his name. But if some of y'all know who I'm talking about in the chat, say it in the chat so I could give him his credit. He just put out a video about 2 days ago. And he was spitting some facts. And I think it was him, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's where I heard it from. He said Camilla can't be the same friendly person she is off the court, on the court. And I agree 1,000% with him. That's exactly her problem. She brings her personality on the court. All people said this about Jordan. You know, Jeff Van Gundy used to hate Jordan for this, because Jordan had a lot of friends in the league. So especially, like, you know, he loved Ewing. When he come to New York, you know, he'd be laughing and joking with his friends before the game, want to take him out for dinner and all that. He'd get on the court and kill him. Because going back to what I said earlier, some people are just killers. Some people are killers. Jordan was a killer. So Jeff Van Gundy used to get mad, like, "Oh, you softening these players up so you could take advantage of them." And Jordan took offense to that, because he like, "Nah, I don't have to do that to beat anybody." But at the same time, Jordan didn't bring his personality off the court, on the court. So shout out to Ghost. I know his name is definitely Ghost. It's Ghost of something. I forget what the last part is. Shout out to him. If you see this, my brother, I apologize that I don't remember the last part of your name, but definitely holler at me in the comments if you see this. That was a great point that you had, and I agree with it 1,000%. You got to change. You can't be a nice girl or a nice guy on the court if you're the star. If you're a role player, you can be as nice as you want. Stay your ass in the corner and make threes. But you can't be the go-to player and be like nice. You know, players is going to take advantage of that. Players are going to take advantage of you, because they can see that you don't have the mentality to be that beast to take over. So that's her problem right now, Paige. And Phillip, that's her problem. She needs to tap into the killer. If she tap into how you just said, she pushed her. You see how she was playing in that NCAA tournament. She was playing, you know, Angels were unapologetically. You know what I mean? And Angel plays like that every night. So it should rub off a little bit on her. But, you know, it is what it is. New guy Mo 3, what's up, my G? He says, "You're." Eddie P says, "Right." All right, so listen, what time is it? It's 7:00. We going to 7:30. So let's talk a little bit about these games that's coming up. Let's talk a little bit. We got Chicago versus Atlanta. Y'all ready? Y'all gonna be tuned into the games? Y'all ready for the games? And then we got Dallas versus Vegas. I think, like I said, Paige asked me earlier, do we get a win tonight? I hope we do. I would like to see a good game, but I don't think we do. Atlanta's been playing well this year. Atlanta, to me, Atlanta is in the are they pretenders or are they contenders level with it at a WNBA right now? In fact, let me break that down a little bit, because I've heard a few weeks ago we was talking on my big bros K-Sap's show, Full Court Trio. Shout out to the Full Court Trio. I think they going live tonight, so show them some support tonight. Go over there and support them. With that said, if you ain't hit the like button yet, go hit the like button, please. Hit the like button. Let YouTube know you appreciate the content. You get what I'm saying? Hit the like button. And like I said, if you ain't subscribed yet, subscribe to the channel. But I think, and I gotta take, now that Asia's hurt, I gotta take a team out of it. I gotta take that team out of it. Before Asia was hurt, I had obviously the Liberty with the ability to repeat. I had Minnesota as contenders. I still do. I had Indiana as contenders. I still do, because I don't think the struggles that Indiana's having is major, right? I think they took out what's her name, Cece. I think they took out Cece for precautionary reasons. I don't think it was a major injury she had, but they didn't want it to become major, so they said you sit, you hell up. So I got Minnesota, I got Indiana, and at that time when Asia was healthy, maybe we gotta see if she comes back. It's just a head injury, so she might go through the concussion protocol, but so if she comes back, then I still got the Aces. Those are the three teams I got as contenders. I have the Aces, so I'm assuming a head injury. I'm hoping it's nothing more serious than a concussion, if that's what she has, right? I'm gonna say I got the Aces, I got Minnesota, and I got Indiana as all contenders, legit contenders that's playing to win a championship this year. Then I got three teams that's towing the line. Depending on how they play, they could be really bad or really good, right? So if they're really bad, they pretenders. If they're really good, these might be contenders. And those three teams is Atlanta. I got Atlanta as a question mark. Are you a pretender or are you a contender? It's Phoenix, question mark. Remember, they ain't even at full strength right now. Kai Copper not even playing right now. Are you a contender? Are you a pretender? And Seattle. Seattle is the other team. Are you a contender? Are you a pretender? So I got three contenders. I got three question marks, contender or pretenders. And then under that is the rest of the league. And obviously, if you go to the bottom, I have Connecticut, Chicago, and Dallas. And they own it. Those are just the terrible teams. Then above them, you got like the Valkyrie, you got the Mystics, you got the Sparks. They all in that next tier. So it's four. I'm gonna say three tiers. It's three tiers. You got the teams that can win a championship. You got the teams that with the question mark on them. Then you got the teams where they just playing maybe make the playoffs and play. And then you got that bottom tier. So it's four tiers. You got that bottom tier that's just like trash right now, and that's Connecticut, Chicago, and Dallas. We in a trash all by ourselves. You get what I'm saying? And that's what's saying. Let me tell you this again. I think Connecticut gonna be trash all year. Chicago and Dallas can turn it around. Right now they in the trash bag, but they can turn it around. I think Dallas is still trying to figure out chemistry problems and lineup problems and stuff like that. And they're trying to figure it out. And if they do figure it out, they'll move up. Same thing with Chicago. Chicago is trying to figure out what they need to figure out. If they do figure it out, they'll move up. But right now, they're in the trash all by themselves. You get what I'm saying? New guy says Alicia Gray is hell. Yo, shout out, yo, Mo. Shout out the. I've been telling people this for the past 2 years, and it's not saying that Ryan Howard is not good, because Ryan Howard is really good, but I think Alicia Gray should be like the go-to person on that team. I know Ryan Howard has more of the alpha mentality, but I don't know. Alicia just got the full package to me. So shout out to Alicia for balling right now. So shout out to you, Mo3, for pointing that out. ADP says, hey, much love, respect, and headed over to the club. Hey, appreciate you for supporting. DJ says, great stream. Need more, please. Your audience is more diverse and different than KSAP. Shouldn't be a problem. So listen, me and KSAP had a conversation, and I will no longer be waiting. Because I was trying. Can't tell you, I was trying my best to say, because that's how we started this community out. We started this community out saying, hey, let's try to make sure everybody gets love. So I was trying, but like I said, KSAP's still my big bro. I still rock with Lakeisha Hardbody. I still rock with Bro Call Hardbody. That's the family. That's never gonna change. That's the family. But unfortunately, I can't not go live when it's just scheduling. It's the way my job and my schedule works, the way their schedule works. We're gonna end up overlapping. So I appreciate you for saying that, CJ. It won't be no more breaks. You will see me. You will see me on a regular schedule now. Is basically what I'm saying. I will be back on a regular schedule. My only thing I'm trying to figure out, and this is what I said earlier for the people who they missed it, definitely holler at me in the comments. And let me know how you feel. Holler at me in the chat. You let me know how you feel. I'm trying to figure out, is it better for me to go live before games, like right now, where we could discuss the game, and then I can, because I don't like to go live during games. I'm getting off at 7:30 so I can watch these games. I want to see them so I can critique them. So I'm either gonna go live before or after. You guys got to tell me what you prefer. Do you prefer these lives before the game, or we can chop it up before the game and then watch the game? Or do you want to watch the game and then chop it up with me? We'll figure that out. You know, I have a day job. I don't do this. This is a side hustle. Let's be clear. I have a day job that I have to do every day. So I got to get up early, do the day job, and I don't work from home. I'm outside. I'm outside. And I live in New York City. So you live in a metropolitan city. You know what traffic is like. I deal with this. I deal with traffic every day. So I'm outside. I'm dealing with traffic. I'm in the elements. You get what I'm saying? And I come home and I do this. So keep that in mind. I'm trying to balance everything to make it make sense, where I can still go do my job at 100%, and I can come do this at 100% and not be tired. And not because I'm gonna keep it 100. A couple times I didn't do live because I was just tired. I'm like, yo, I'm tired, and I don't want to give y'all no half-ass. You know, I want to give y'all energy. So keep that in mind. I also got a day job. So the only thing I'm trying to figure out is, do I go online before and we chop it up before and then watch the game, or do I go live after? So that's the only thing I'm trying to figure out. So y'all help me out with that. Tell me what y'all prefer, and I'll keep that in mind. CJ says, a grade on my fantasy team, still in the draft. Shout out to that. He says, I prefer before because I love to listen to other YouTubers crash out after the game. Fever, Sky, Dallas, YouTubers are passionate. Listen, I don't mind going live before the game. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. It's difficult for me because by the time I get home, I got a certain amount of time before I can like put together a show. So it's difficult, but if y'all prefer me before, I will go before. If that's what you guys prefer. Or if y'all tell me no, we prefer after, I'll go after. It's really up to you guys what you prefer. Let me know in the comments. And I appreciate you guys for supporting, man. You guys supporting me. Like I said, I probably took off like a month. I took off a little while because first it was a promotion at my job that I was getting ready for. And then after that, like I said, I was trying to figure out the scheduling thing with KSAP and them. But we just couldn't figure it out. So shout out to them. It don't change nothing with our relationship. But I'm gonna move forward doing me, and then we'll figure it out later if we can figure out a better schedule. and we can figure out a better schedule later. We'll figure it out. But right now, I'm gonna just, with his blessing, he told me to do this too. With his blessing, he said, yo, just do you. So I said facts. So I'm doing me. You know what I mean? Shout out to Donna Cox for becoming a member of the channel. Y'all showing me love and support. And once again, I have to do this. I gotta show my big brother K-Sap some love, because a lot of y'all came from his platform, right? A lot of y'all was subscribers and viewers of him. So the fact that y'all, appreciate me and come over and show me love, I appreciate that, because y'all don't have to. Y'all ain't have to rock with me. It's something about me that you guys love and y'all respect. Y'all like the way I talk the game. Some of y'all like my energy. I've heard people say we like how you keep it calm and mellow or whatever it is. Some people like my voice. Some people like the way I talk basketball. Whatever it is while you watching, I appreciate you. I want to say thank you to everybody who showed me support. Listen, and the super chat is open. Let's be clear. Hey, shout out to Donna Cox. I couldn't even get the words out. Shout out to Donna Cox. I appreciate the super chat. She says, Brooklyn, keep up the great commentary. You already know that. Huh? You already know that. Shout out to Donna Cox for the $5 super chat. Yeah, I mean, the super chat is open. Don't be afraid to use the super chats. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so that's how I feel about. Let me get to this comment. CJ says, but I'm on the West Coast, so it's not too late for me. I'll adjust. I got you. And he says, I'll watch because you're not biased and you don't bring racism into every comment. Yeah, I don't really like. Only time I'm gonna bring up racism is when racism is brought to the table. I don't like the racism added to the game. And also, and I'm gonna say this and move on. What I don't like people do, because I'm actually going to do a video about this. I've seen a couple videos of people critiquing Caitlin Clark and Angel, and they talking about the rivalry based on who's better. That's not where the rivalry came from. And I could care less who you think is better between Caitlin Clark and Angel. I don't care about that. What I care about, though, is when people attack Angel off the court. That's always been my thing with the racism thing. When I read the comments and people saying things like she a thug, no, she's not. That's somebody's daughter. She plays basketball. Like, what are we doing? When people say she plays the game the wrong way and all this, I think all that's corny. All that's corny. If you want to talk about how much layup she make a miss, I don't care. That's basketball. Y'all talking about how y'all feel about her on the court. But when y'all start talking about her off the court and it gets racial, I don't like that. That's nasty. And I'm going to protect anybody. It's not just Angel. I'm proud of who I am as a black man. So if I see any type of racism, I'm going to stand against that. But it's not just racism. If I see anybody disrespecting women, I'm going to stand against that because that's wrong. If I see anybody disrespecting Jewish people, I'm going to stand against that because that's wrong. If I see anybody disrespecting anybody's race, color, gender, right? If I see people attacking gay people, I'm going to stand against that because that's wrong. So my point is, this is a wrong versus right thing, not a black versus white thing. You get what I'm saying? If it's wrong, we should all stand against it, period. And that's how I feel about that. But getting back to the basketball. Donna Cox says, do which way is most convenient for you. Got you. So, yeah, that's how I feel about Atlanta and Chicago. I think Atlanta going to get the win. They've been playing more consistent. They've been playing more consistent this year. But it should be a good game. I hope I'm wrong. I hope my Chicago come out and surprise me. But Dallas versus Vegas. Dallas, I'm really rooting for Dallas, man. I really like Paige. I really want to see them put together. I think Maddie Westbell needs to be starting at the small forward because Maddie Westbell been hitting them threes, and that's what she needs. I love the combination of Dejanay and Paige, especially on the defensive end. I love that tandem that they got. I think they need one more guard. That's why I think Akia Nurse. That's why I said I think a trade will help both teams. I think Akia Nurse will really help Dallas. Right? 6 foot. Now you have 3 6-foot players in your front court. You got Paige, Dejanay, Kia Nurse. They got that German center now. I forget how to say her name. And then they got Maisha. I think it's Maisha Allen Hines. Am I saying her name correctly? I'm not sure. But I think that's a more solid lineup than what they have now. Or, like I said, if they don't make a trade, I like Maddie Westbelt inserted into that starting lineup. So I'm rooting for Dallas to get some wins and turn this thing around. Vegas is Vegas, man. They've been struggling, but I'm not feeling sorry for them. Nobody's feeling sorry for them. They still have a chance. To me, they still got a contending team. I think they might lose Asia for a couple days. She's been, she hit her head. She left the game against the Sparks the other night. So I haven't heard any news. I ain't doing no research, but I'm just assuming because I know the way basketball goes, she's probably gonna miss a couple games. She's probably gonna be in the concussion protocol, and they just gonna have to win without her. They got a lot of good pieces. They got a lot of good players. They got a smart coach. They gonna figure it out. Veteran team. I want to say Dallas get a win tonight, but I don't know because that's a veteran team. That's a veteran team still. They might still, especially losing the last game, they might gut it out. But I'll be watching, rooting for Dallas tonight. No disrespect to Vegas. I like Vegas too, but I really want to see Paige and them get another win. 1-10 is crazy. Your first 11 games. This is 1/4 of the season for them. Remember, it's 44 games this year, y'all. That's 44 games, and this is one. So this is 1/4 of the season for them. So yeah, that's my thought. That's my thoughts on that, man. Paige says Brooklyn. I like. Excuse me, I'm stuffy. This came out of nowhere too. I don't even know why. Like, so stuffy. Brooklyn says I like. Paige says Brooklyn. I like how your takes always have facts behind it. I try to think about what I say before I say it. You know what I'm saying? Again, that don't mean that I'm right. I'm okay with being wrong about certain things. There's times where I gotta come up here and clean something up, or it's times where I'm gonna come up here and talk my shit and tell y'all I was right. You know what I'm saying? CJ says I'm out getting ready for the game. 13 minutes. Welcome back. Listen. I'm about to be out myself. In fact, before I leave, I want to do something that's important. And this is the note I want to leave on. Right here. Right? Just the note I want to leave on right here. You know what I want to point out about the media? The media wants to point out when Angel has a bad game, even though the whole team been playing bad and the coach been playing bad. Coaching bad. Everybody want to point out when Angel ain't do something. The other day, everybody talking about Angel had 4 points. They having fun with that. But so did Ariel Atkins. Ain't nobody say nothing. But they want to say something when Angel has a bad game, right? The coach been playing terrible. Ain't nobody say nothing about that. He keeps saying coaching terrible. Ain't nobody say nothing about that. Right? Ain't nobody talking about how these vets ain't really doing shit. Coming out just missing. Not doing nothing else. Not defending nobody. But Angel come out and have a good game. Best game of the season. And don't nobody say nothing about it. I wonder why. And then when you say it's an agenda out on Angel, people want to act like that's not happening. But Angel just came out against the best team, arguably, in the league. Dropped 17 points. Got 11 rebounds and affected the whole game. Because if you look at it, she was assisting out there, right? She was defending out there. She was doing everything that her team needed her to do. Her team just ain't, step up. I don't think that was a surprise. Everybody expected the Liberty to get that win. It is what it is. They playing great basketball. They on a whole nother level right now. It might be to those 4 tiers I said earlier. It might be a 15. A fifth tier. It might be the Liberty and everybody else. You get what I'm saying? Liberty playing amazing right now. Don't even have one of their star players, Jonquel Jones, and it don't matter. They don't miss a beat. You get what I'm saying? Nobody gave Angel credit for playing point forward, bringing the ball up that game, hitting threes that game, getting rebounds that game, defending, assisting, right? When you watch her play and she's rolling, you understand why she's a winner. Because she just affects so many areas of the game. But everybody want to focus on when she don't play well. That's what the talk is about. So I wanted to make sure that I give her flowers and her credit. Even in they lost that game. So I'm not gonna give her too much flowers, right? Because an L is an L. But I'm happy what she showed in that game. I want to see more of that from her going forward. I want to see more of the aggressive Angel. I want to see more of the Angel that trusts her work. Because the Angel that trusts her work is an all-star in this league and possibly an MVP in this league. You get what I'm saying? Just shoot the ball, Angel. Let the ball fly. It's going to open up your game. Why? Because when you don't shoot the ball and you don't let it fly and you try to get the ball in the paint every time, you become a one-trick pony and you become easy to guard. That's why your shot percentage is so low, because everybody know what you're gonna do. They just waiting for it and timing it. But when you shoot the ball, you throw everything off. Now, all you gotta add a little pump fake. Stop going straight up. They waiting for that. Throw a little pump fake at them, then go up. Know what you gotta add? Pivot moves like Asia does. Asia don't just get the ball and go up. When Asia catch the ball, she pivoting left, she pivoting right. She's freezing a defender. That freezes defender. Why? Because they don't want to foul you. So what they do is once you start pivoting, they just put their hands up and stand there, and now you can just make the layup because they trying not to foul you at that point. So you add, and then the last thing you gotta add is a little floater. You add the little floater. Add the pump fakes, you add the pivot moves, you continue shooting the ball, and your game is going to open up tremendously. So that's all. I just want to give Angel her flowers before we end the stream. The game's about to come on. I want y'all to enjoy the games. I want to say I'm proud of Angel for the way she played against New York. I'm proud of Camilla, too, for the way she played against Dallas in the first game. Let me say that. I'm proud of both of my young players for the way they played in the last few games. I need them to start putting it together every game now. Next up is HVL. I'm not down on you like everybody else, HVL. I know you struggling right now. I know you look a little lost out there right now. But all you need is one game. All HVL needs is one game. And in that one game, it's going to open up her offense. It's going to build her confidence, and it's going to allow her to start making her impact this season as well as a rookie. Hey, listen, I'm going to end the stream like that. I want to say shout out to everybody who came through and supported me and watched me and it's been with me even through my absence, right? I want to say I appreciate that. Shout out to all my subscribers. Shout out to any new subscribers I get. Make sure everybody hit the like button. I will be back on a regular schedule now, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Maybe even one day on the weekend. Maybe even like a Sunday. But I will be back on a regular schedule. And once again, I want to say thanks everybody for supporting the kid. And keep God first. Always keep God first. And everybody have a blessed night.